Good evening, everyone. This is Chris Stevens talking to you again from the Carpe Diem Strategic Services Cybersecurity and Data Privacy Protection Corner. Hopefully, you had a wonderful day. My day was somewhat long. However, I didn't want to go to sleep again without sharing two more tips that I think might be useful both to individuals and to companies. Again, my partner and I are developing these videos to offer them as a service as part of the two applications that we're developing, our cybersecurity and data privacy protection readiness assessment tool, which we hope will allow companies of all size to take a snapshot and assess themselves for risk, threats, and vulnerabilities that place their companies and themselves at risk. Not many people know their readiness level and how vulnerable they are to potential data breaches until it happens. I mean, again, you can ask the Office of the of Personnel Management, and if you ask their director the day afterwards if he thought he was prepared, he would tell you absolutely not. If you had asked him the day before, he would have told you yes. But again, that's hard to argue when you're not using the most basic of access control measures such as two-factor authentication. They should have known better, but again, people become complacent. And if a company or an organization of that size can make mistakes in their information security and data privacy security and cybersecurity procedures, policies, and standards, what about those small and medium sized companies that don't have the revenue to invest in these technological solutions that oftentimes fail because, again, personnel aren't trained? So, this evening, I'd like to talk to you about two things. The first topic is how to safely operate and use online banking. This is applicable probably to any type of interaction with the internet, whether you're doing online banking or retail shopping. But the recent U.S. Office of Personnel Management, CMS, Anthem, and other breaches have made many individuals leery of using online banking and retail shopping websites. The Starbucks data breach resulted in thousands of Starbucks customers having their bank accounts empty. Do you want that to be you? So you will ask me, hey Chris, what can I do? Here are some steps that you might take to improve the safety of your online banking experience. Choose an online banking account or a retail shopping account that requires two-factor authentication. What is two-factor authentication? It uses two of these three following factors to authenticate the identity of the person trying to gain access to a site. It's one, what you know, whether that's a password or PIN, what you have, a token, or a smart card, or what you are, biometrics. Use strong passwords. Again, don't use a password that can be easily broken by dictionary searches and attempts. Secure your computer devices and remain current on all of the software and antivirus application updates. Verify the source of all emails, text messages, and websites before accessing them. Again, it goes back to my mantra: verify before clicking. Always access your online banking account from secure locations and sites. Always log off when you've completed your transactions. Set up, if they're available, account activity notifications. And then always monitor your account regularly. Now, you can have a good and a safe experience in operating in on your online banking sites and also in retail shopping sites. Again, if you apply these steps and some of the other steps I've talked about, you'll mitigate the impact of potentially having your information, sensitive personal information or sensitive business information, compromised. Now, the second thing I want to talk about this afternoon, this is for companies, and it's to help them improve their insider threat mitigation programs. Today, companies are using millions upon millions of dollars and euros because of data leaks and data losses caused by data breaches. Sadly, many of these data breaches are caused by disgruntled and other employees. So what can you do to address the insider threat? Here's some of the steps you might take to improve or even enhance your current insider threat mitigation program. First, implement a good termination program for when your company terminates an employee. This program should disable all access the former employee had to the company's data and networks. Verify all access to networks. Remember, all employees, to include your C suite executives, should have a documented need to know process in place before they gain access to your more sensitive business and personal information. You can use a non-disclosure statement that you have them read the policy and then sign it, acknowledging that they will comply with it. And they'll also accept the penalties associated with violating those principles, which could result in sanctions and termination. There is no such thing as a right to know based on position and title. Your company should also consider implementing access control practices like least privilege, need to know, and the segregation of duties to ensure that one person doesn't have total access to all of your most sensitive data. You should acknowledge and reward those employees that for good behavior, that comply constantly and consistently with your policies, practices, and procedures. And then, if applicable, you should consider implementing a good data loss prevention program application that alerts employees and system administrators when a security violation has occurred. Again, that's enough for tonight. I hope that you have a safe night. And again, if you don't remember anything else from my messages, remember, verify before clicking. Thank you. And this is Chris Stevens signing off.